Reverend Fathers, teachers and directors of the Greek school, I can assure you that everything that I wanted to say, that I planted in my mind, my tired mind, our beautiful children said it in their own way. I want to remind you also that the Greeks always said, Mahometa hyperpistos και patridos. We fight for God and country. Eleftheria, that's the meaning of our flag. On that, our cross, our faith, together make the country, and together mean Mahometa hyperpistos και patridos. Without Eleftheria, there is no country. Without free country, there is no faith. Our children brought me way, way back in our history, in a different way, but exactly the same meaning, led by the same people. Remember our grandfathers telling us, "Φεγγαράκι μου λαμπρό, φέγγε μου να περπατώ." Because the children of that time had no right to learn to read and write, as it is today in the Muslim countries. So the children had to go underground to learn to read and write. Φεγγαράκι μου λαμπρό. Today, again, at that time, the leaders, the teachers, were churchmen, priests and monks. Today, again, the leaders of the church. I sincerely appreciate the children. It really makes me believe what we say. Η Ελλάδα ποτέ δεν πεθαίνει. During the Second World War, I was of age to serve my country. I don't know if I'm allowed to speak about what experience or just to have the panel to ask me and answer questions. What is your pleasure? Take the questions. Okay. So, questions.
Κυρία Τσίκα, μπορείτε να μας εξηγήσετε τη συμμετοχή σας στη μάχη της Κρήτης?
Yes. I would like to go a little farther before that. I was serving in the Greek army in the Bulgarian border. I never did go to Albania because we had our enemy at that time. We thought the first enemy was Bulgaria, and that's where we were. When Hitler attacked Greece, April 6th, 1941, the army of Eastern Macedonia and Thrace was cut off. The orders were given to surrender, to destroy our guns, and God help you. That was the order. I was called prisoner. My whole regiment was called prisoner. in Kavala. They put us into an old Turkish castle called Kara Orman in Kavala. After 3 days, without any food or any provisions, I convinced 2 of my friends to escape. We scaled the walls and we escaped. We walked days and nights all the way to Mountain Athos, Ayunoros. From there, in a fishing boat, we started south through the island, just nice. Destination Crete. We arrived in Crete April 28th. And since that we talk about Crete, I like to say also, because you need to know, Crete was disarmed. The guns were collected by the government with the excuse to be sent to Albania, only to be shipped to Piraeus into a warehouse, and never left that warehouse until the Germans came and destroyed it. The 5th Division on Crete was in Albania. Those of us that managed to reach Crete before the Germans came down had no arms, just very few arms. Were people like me escapees from prison or wounded from the war in Albania. So the Germans came May 20th on a Thursday, 1941. There were no guns. I saw men. I saw ladies. I saw the total population ringing the church bells and calling everybody, save the city. I was in retinue. We did. We stopped them. We attacked them. 2 distinct events are instilled in my heart and in my mind as it was yesterday. One was a pride, the other one was a shame. I will present you the proud event. I was chasing the Germans night, and all we had as a signal, because we could not see where we were going, we had no leader, so somebody started saying, Elines, and I replied, Elines. So the whole line, you would hear Elines, 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 to coordinate the line of attack against the Germans. At that time, night, dark, no moon. I hear a woman's voice say, Elines, Elines, I have a gun. Whoever needs that, come and get it. My gun was broken right from the handle. But I had the bayonet, the mechanism was working. I put the wood under my arm and was attacking. When I hear this woman, Elines, Elines, I have a gun, come and get it. By calling me Elines, Elines, we met in a vineyard. In the dark, I see a tall, slender woman with a little child no older than probably 5 years old, in one hand. In the other hand, she's holding a gun. And I swear to God, this is the true fact. She tells me my husband is in the Greek army in Albania, and I felt compelled to take his place. Now, think about it. A mother with a child. That any mother who would grab the child in a situation like this and run into a cave, into a bridge, under a bridge, or a hiding place to protect her son. She didn't do that. She felt compelled to fight, take the place of her husband. We exchanged guns. I gave her my broken gun, and I took hers. Both of them were taking the same shells. I didn't ask her who she was. I didn't ask her name. To this day, I don't know who she was. Because the Germans realized that the population, the average citizen, were killing Germans. They didn't accept that. They didn't think that the civilians had the right to fight for their freedom. So the next day, they gathered, from what I heard, about 80 people, killed them, and dumped them in a big irrigation well. So probably this heroine and her son ended in that water well. I never found her name. The next 2 days, the shame came to us in the news that the King of Greece, George Tzikas, who was the commander-in-chief, he is the leader of the army, he is the marshal of the Greek army, whatever army was left, because Crete at this time is the only free space in Greece. Greece is taken over by the Germans. He retreats the mountains of Crete to go to Egypt. There's a parallel here I want to remind you. King Leonidas, with the 300 Spartans, fought to the very last man and got killed. Constantinos Paleologos in Constantinople, 1453, on May also, with a broken sword, fights the Turks at the walls of Constantinople and dies for his country. But Leonidas Spartiatis, Constantinos Paleologos, the emperor of Constantinople, they were Greeks. George II, the king of Greece, was not Greek. He retreated. He chickened out. He left the war. It was a disappointment for us. I still remember that the leader abandoned us. But the Cretans did not stop. And the rest of it is history. I'm sorry I took a long time, but I had to tell you this.
Also, epidese de doi sas I simetohi sas from polemo.
Ela podamos. Let me tell you, like they say, the army either will make you or break you. I was involved in the war continuously after the fall of Crete into liberation, resistance. And when you do that, you know that death is walking right next to you. You have to know how to move. You have to know where to move. You have to know how to use both the ground and your gun, and always hope. And either you or the enemy will die. The lucky one or the smart one may survive. It affected me greatly. Has never left me yet. I still have nightmares. It was a difficult time, especially the resistance in the mountains. But I would not change that time with any part of my life.
These símbolos de any non-Muslim We didn't hear the question. What advice do you have to offer the younger generation of Greeks living in Greece and abroad?
History is the teacher of everything. It teaches you of the past, your country, your language, your religion, and tells you that you are alive because of your ancestors. You need to remember, you need to know they are where, and you need to prepare yourself to do the same if need be. I think we are in a very good, we're in good hands, we are in a good position. I always believe,